Shemar had a field trip at 5th grade. And as we visit the field, Shemar went and took a picture in the middle of the star. And he told me that he was going to be an NFL player. My name is Nikita Pemberton, and I'm Shemar Turner's mother. Shemar's childhood, he's always been a busybody, very energetic kid. He loved fishing. He would always come in to the house looking for bait for the fish. We had a park right up the street from the house, and that was one of his many passions. You know, he wanted to fish a lot.
Man, gotta get this day going, baby. My name is Jeffrey Booker. I'm Shemar Turner's uncle, better known as Uncle Fat Daddy. Shemar was a good kid, but he was a very challenging kid. And I can relate with Shemar a lot because me and Shemar had some of the same type of challenges growing up as kids. Very active, very curious about a lot of things, and you know, he's just a 100% boy.
I probably started playing when I was around, I think 4. I mean, I've been loving it since I started. I don't know what it's been. It just always sparked something in me. I just always loved the game.
I remember picking him up from my sister's house one day. Shemar was fully dressed in his football suit, helmet, shoulder pads, jersey, cleats, everything. He went to bed ready the night before. So he always had a love for the game.
He attended school, A.W. Brown, and it was actually the last day of school when he came home, and I went in his backpack, and they had an envelope in there with his name on it. When I opened it, it says that he couldn't return the following school year, that he wasn't gonna be able to return because of conduct.
That was a pretty significant letter, especially because like what my mom went through to keep me at the schools I was at, and I mean, yeah, that was an experience.
To get that letter, it crushed me, but you know, I didn't get mad. You know, I sat down one day and I wrote an email back to that school, and I entitled it, "I'll Never Give Up." You know, I told them, you know, I don't expect for you to believe in him like I believe in him, but I will be back one day.
Class cutting style, may I help you? Hey, how you doing? My sister, she reached out for help for her son, you know what I'm saying, because he needed a man figure and a man in his life. And so at that time, you know, I was telling her, like, I think that it would be beneficial for Shemar to move in with me, because if he move in with me knowing that he has to come home to a man every day, you know, it's kind of different. And, you know, for her to make the decision to do it, it was big.
Mansfield, DeSoto, about a 25-minute drive. So he packed up his clothes and, you know, we took him to the shop. And, you know, me and my brother, we were pretty close, you know, but that day, I couldn't even get out the car. You know, it was hard. I mean, I cried and cried. You would think that I took him across the world and not just 20 minutes away, but I cried and I knew that, you know, that's what my son needed.
The first thing that I did, we sit down and had a talk, and I said, nephew, I want you to understand that your mom made a sacrifice, and so me and you have to make a sacrifice. So he started working at the shop. He started being around me more, and you know, I was able to spend more quality time with him, and he bought into it.
I mean, it was a change that needed to happen. I mean, at first I didn't feel too good about it, obviously, but as time went on, you know, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time with my uncle. That whole situation pretty much shaped my journey. I mean, shoot, he got me right. DeSoto Dolphins, that's my uncle, little league team. Miss Hollins, my principal, middle school.
The transition, you know, it didn't just happen overnight. We still had some bumps. At that time, the hairstyles he was wearing, and he had got in trouble. My brother had told him if you got in trouble again that he was gonna cut all his hair off. So he had got in trouble, and He shaved all his hair off bald. Oh wow, he was very upset about that. He didn't like that at all. But it took some time. I say about the 8th grade, he started melting out. No more getting in trouble. No more, going to the alternative school. He started melting out, and I started seeing a change.
Morning.
Good morning, Coach.
Yeah, that wind gonna get us today. I guarantee it will. It's coming. It is definitely coming. My name is Claude Mathis. I'm the athletic director and head football coach for DeSoto High School. Shemar, uncle, I call him Book, or actually I call him Bookeroni. He was my barber. When I first came to DeSoto, he was my barber. And he kept telling me about this young man that he had, and I'm like, this ain't gonna cut it. A grace like this. I said, there's no way. So Book and Mom and all of us got together, came up with a plan for him, and he executed it. Shemar just wanted people to understand that if you love a kid like we love Shemar, they're gonna perform. They just need a little bit of love sometimes, but at the same time, to be held accountable, not let them get away with little bitty things, and we didn't let him get away with that. So once we fixed that, there was no stopping Shemar.
When he put that helmet on, he turned into like Superman. Like he turned into that guy. I'm serious. I mean, when we played against Prime Time, Shemar actually grabbed Deion's son with one hand, literally just tackling just like a man playing with boys. It was just like second nature to it.
Aggressive, mean, very dominant. He tries to hurt you every play. He wants to control the game. He wants to just straight dominate you. I mean, he wants to beat you down physically and mentally. He's one of those guys where you want to have on your team to play.
He had so many offers. And I remember vaguely one day, I just spread them all out on the table, and I was just so amazed. And my mind went back, to A.W. Brown. You know what I'm saying? And it went back to that school that didn't want my baby. Then I say, all these schools want him, and that one school didn't want him. And I'm like, yeah, my baby, yeah, he going places.
I'm Tony Jared Eddy. I'm one of the D-line coaches at Texas A&M. I recruited Shemar out of DeSoto High School. I went to DeSoto. His uncle, Uncle Booker, had been my barber since I was at Texas A&M, so there was another end. But Shemar was very quickly one of the better players on our team. As he stepped foot, he played as a freshman.
Sean Spencer, defensive line coach at Texas A&M. First of all, the first thing that strikes me, the word that comes to me is that he's intense, right? Intentional about what he does. Sits in the front of the room, always prepared, always has notes, and just handled himself as a professional.
I tell people all the time, you give me 4 of them just like him, and I take them every time and twice on Saturdays. Super, super, super intense. It's like, when you looking at him, it looks like he's looking through your soul. You know what I mean? Like, that's one guy that you never have to question if he's ready or not. You know what I mean? He got this look, and when he got that look, it's on.
My name's Katie Hughes. I'm a senior associate athletic trainer with football at Texas A&M. What we really worked on through his career was getting him to invest more time in the training room and kind of to make that shift to more of a professional mindset of, it's all right to be really tough on the field, but I want to take care of my body so that I can be at my best.
He knew when he had to move inside, he had to put on the weight, right? He understood that. We gave him a go, and he just did it. He just mastered it, and it wasn't real hard for him. He put the weight on, and it really didn't slow him down.
Pressure, ball comes out.
I think he was motivated to put on that good weight so that he had lean mass, that he still felt like he could be explosive, he could be twitchy, and still play the game the way that he wanted to play it.
He just met Shemar Turner in the backfield for a loss of a couple on first down.
Whatever he sets his mind to, he can do it. So he was doing extra shakes, he was getting with the nutrition, and then he was going to his favorite restaurant. So he had a formula, and his formula worked.
You just never know what life blows your way. And in Shemar's sophomore year, he lost his brother.
It was hard. It was a challenge, for a kid his age to experience that traumatic of a situation in an already pressure-driven environment. It's a lot of pressure on these kids to perform. It was tragic.
I think he handled it as well as a young kid could do, right? Because it's a tough situation. You know, there's no like, hey, this is a formula for how you handle this. We knew when he was going through those rough patches that we were going to have to be there for him.
Losing my brother was tough, but what helped me pretty much stay together was my relationship with Jesus Christ. I started building my relationship with him, and he was really my backbone through that whole ordeal.
I was here in Dallas. I had my brother. You know, I had my daughter. We was together. But, you know, for him to go back to Texas A&M by himself, to tackle classes, to tackle practice, meetings, and games, and all that pressure, you know, that was major. And then he got the call. He got the call. Yes.
With the 62nd pick and the 2025 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Shemar Turner, defensive tackle from Texas A&M.
I knew it was destiny. I knew it. I was just told him that I was proud of him because you have to be a strong man to go through what he went through and to be able to deal with what he dealt with and then, you know, come on top like he did.
He deserved it. He really did deserve that, getting drafted. It was just see him there with his family, crying and hugging and just so ecstatic and happy, giving out hugs and everything. I was so happy for this young man. I really am.
A lot of people don't see what these kids go through. They just see them run through the tunnels on Saturday, but they don't see the behind the scene. They don't see the hard work to be a college student, to be a college athlete, and to just be a person all at the same time. And for him to have that moment, his dream come true, I want to tell the Chicago Bears that we thank them for the great opportunity that they're giving Shemar, and they won't regret it.
After everything I overcome, man, it means the world to me. Being an NFL player now, being able to play in the National Football League, I made Lil Shemar happy and I made my dreams come true. It just means the world to me.